Well, hey there! Guess what? It's Weezee here from Weezee's Bitchin Kitchen, and I'm having a little tiny weeny glass of wine because I'm making a special casserole. Never made this before. Hamburger potato layered casserole. Yeah, so let's see how we do this. So, I got my hamburger going here. This is prime rib ground beef. Oops, there we go. And I've got my onions here that have been sitting for about 10 minutes, which is something you want to make sure to do because you want it to release the sulfur, the allicin in the onions, and that's where all the good stuff is, okay? You heard it from me, write that down. So yeah, oops, I missed that. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this up. I thought, I got this hamburger, what am I gonna make? I was gonna make a taco casserole, but I kind of changed my mind on that. So here we are. Chopped up my onions. They've been sitting out. I'll probably drain that grease too. They call for mushroom soup, but I'm not a fan of using canned mushroom soup. A lot of crap in there, so I just decided I'm going to use my broth, my frozen bone broth that I made. Thaw that out, and that'll be kind of like my gravy instead. And I'm going to actually add mushrooms. There's an idea. Go for the real gusto, That's why I make all this stuff ahead of time. You should see my freezer. It's full of cosmetic frozen products like for my spritzers and for my hair serums and whatnot. I make a batch of it and I will freeze it. And when I need some, I thaw it out and boom, I'm good to go. Because I make small batches and my products are natural, so, they don't last forever. They don't full with all those preservatives and fillers and things like that, so they stay great on the shelf. So yeah, anyways, back to this recipe. So far this is doing good. Now I'm going to add me my garlic. Now today I've been a busy little bee. So I chopped up a whole clove of garlic and I put it in some olive oil. So now when I need some garlic, it has good oil, and the oil will pull out a lot of the nutrients as well from the garlic. So I'm going to add that to my recipe right now. So come on, let's go put some in there. There, try that angle. All right. So, actually, I don't want to put too much oil because there's already a lot of oil in there, but just a tick. So I'm adding about a teaspoon, which is probably about 2 cloves of garlic. Nah, forget it. I'm going to add more. Garlic is good for you. Very good. Antibiotic. No need for penicillin. Yeah, so I'm going to cook this up. Then I'm going to drain it, and then I'm going to add my my beef bouillon broth that I made. And let that kind of melt all together. I might even add a little, whipping cream. See, you gotta go with it. You go with what you got. So that's what I'm going to do. Hang tight. So I was gonna drain it, but I decided to just let it ride, and it's been soaked in. And all I think is water. Sometimes I mistake it for grease as well because it is combined, the water and the grease, and there is water that comes out of the meat because there is water in our muscles, right? So anyway, so I've got my beef broth in here. My beef broth. I'm having a hard time with my lips today. So yeah, I have about a cup, so I'm going to add that in there. It's semi-frozen still. And let that melt down a bit because it's still chunky. And then I'm going to add a little bit of whipping cream, and it's going to give it almost like that mushroom soup. Like, I'm going to taste it, see how it is. I may need to add some salt, maybe some other herbs, a little onion powder, garlic, who knows, So hang on tight, we're going to be back. So it's pretty runny right now, so I'm going to add some real fatty cream, the best kind, like 35%. And I'm going to add some arrowroot to this to thicken it a little bit. So, yeah. So we're going to add a good shake. And then I've got my little whiskey. Not whiskey. Like a drink, like a whisk. Come on. I'm having a glass of wine. I'm not having whiskey. So hopefully this will thicken it up. I'm debating if I should put the mushrooms in here or just, layer them with the potatoes. It's got to go with the flow. Alright. So we're going to pour this in here. Like so. So, how you doing this fine day? Today is Tuesday, It is so hot outside. Yeah, it's melty weather. Yeah. People love this melty. I used to love melty, but I can't do melty no more. I do shady. A little bit of toes in the sun, but you know, well, you can see I have a little bit of sun, but I can't do the heat for long. So yeah, we're gonna let this bring it to a boil and see what happens. Okay, then I'm gonna taste it. So stay tuned. Be right back. Tastes pretty good actually, but needs a little salt. And I'm gonna add a little bit of onion powder, some thyme, and a little bit of garlic. Oops, easy on the salt, girlfriend. And yeah, I'm gonna taste it again and see what we gotta do. Is it getting foggy out there or what? What's going on? Be right back. Time to taste it. Perfect. So I went ahead and layered the first layer of potatoes. I did use my avocado spray first because I'm putting the potatoes down. Now I'm going to add the mixture. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. I was going to add the mushrooms, but I think I'll do this first. So it's going to be 2 layers. I had a potato on standby, and apparently that potato was being called in. They want to show up at the plate because I didn't have enough. I thought 2 would have been enough potatoes, but it's not. So just mixing that good, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and then the cheese on top. So it tastes really good. It's quite runny still, but you know, I could have used a smaller dish. Cooking for 2 lately, and it's kind of weird because I used to cooking for a lot of peoples, you know, a lot of peeps. Okay, so the mushrooms are going in, so I'm just gonna layer these down, add the mozzarella on top, layer another layer of potatoes, and then do the meat with the mushrooms and then more cheese on top. But the thing I'm going to add as well is some parsley, fresh parsley. I've got 2 different kinds here. I'll save the rest for the top of the next one. And this is flat leaf parsley, and I've also got curly parsley. So I've had 2 of them. I do juice them quite often, and I thought, well, I'll put a little combination of. When you're using fresh herbs, it's really important to macerate them a little bit because you want them to release the oils. Also keep the stems. The stems are very nutritious as well. And add them to whatever you got, you know, your soups. You can add it to your salads. Parsley is an excellent detoxifier for the kidneys and the liver. It's a good blood purifier. It's a cleanser. It's high in vitamin A, and it's got vitamin K. So try to throw your herbs in as much as you can. I'm going to add a layer on top as well. Here goes the cheese, you know. Lots of cheese. More cheese, please. God, those commercials used to drive me nuts. And of course, they thought it was for real. Then they go back in the fridge and eat up all the cheddar, you know. So, next layer of tatties going on. I'll show you when I get it all done. So I topped it all together, cover it with foil, going in my preheated oven at 375. I'm going to cook it for about 30 minutes. I'll check it at about 25 because my oven's pretty hot. So, little late getting back, but you know what? That dish was delish. That's going to be one of those recipes I'm going to tuck in my back pocket because it was so yummy. I did take the cover off for a little bit, and it cooked for about 12 more minutes, and we let it sit, and all that excess juice was just absorbed in the tatties. It was so freaking good. Oh my God, it was delish. So anyways, yeah, I would give that 10 out of 10. Dennis agrees it was delish. I have to make this one again. So hope you enjoy that kind of recipe. Let me know if you get a chance to try it out. I am going to list the stuff up here somehow. Anywho, take care. Bye for now.